Yeah, in the long run though, I preferred chorus. I liked the fact that I was already well versed in how to use my voice, and I could, quote unquote, play my voice far better than I could play my violin. Let's just put it that way.
Does my brother have any Bandcamp stories? Nope. Never went. Bandcamp was... Honestly, it feels like Bandcamp is more of a myth than any, like, official thing I've ever seen anybody go to. Okay, natural cloth. Oh, we need more alchemy fibers. We need a lot.
All the harpists that we ever had in our orchestra, people are asking about, like, what the gender dispersion over the instruments was. All the harpists I ever knew were girls, but there are definitely male harpists out there. In our orchestras, though, it was interesting because there'd be... I think in music in general, there are more girls than guys, I noticed. But then there was probably... There were definitely a couple guys in the violin section, more guys in the viola section. I think the deeper the instrument became, the more appealing it was to guys. Also, by the time you got to bass, basses are so big and unwieldy that the only bassists I knew were guys. Cello, we had a couple of girls and a couple of guys. I thought that of all the sections in the orchestra, the cello section was probably the most equally distributed between guys and girls. Cellos are so pretty. If you've ever seen... Cello is one of those instruments that it has extreme range. Because it has all those low notes, but then if you play really close to where the bridge is, you can make it almost as high as a viola or a violin. And you've seen various, like, cello rock bands. Oh man, they're awesome. But yeah, people are mentioning metal music. Yeah, cellos are actually really cool with rock and metal and such. I love it when you mix different instruments with different genres that are outside of their norm. And that's how you often get really cool video game music, because then you have a lot of electronic music mixed in with classical instruments. And a lot of foreign instruments too. Creates a unique flavor.
Oy.
Yeah, I always liked there's one cello video of these guys, and they were dressed up as though they were doing an old-fashioned Baroque-styled concert. Except then they start going into these metal riffs and improvisation, and they were dragging the bows so hard across the strings that the horsehair on the bows was fraying.
That's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
I used to listen to a lot of Apocalyptica when I was in high school. That was a absolute banger of a band. I haven't listened to them as much recently.
Mm-hmm.
I assume you've never really listened to Apocalyptica.
No, I don't believe I have.
They do Metallica covers,
Okay.
but on cellos. And it's really cool.
I have to remember, there was a group of cellists that formerly went to my high school, and they had come in to demonstrate one day, and they actually had several albums out. I'd have to see, I'd have to go look them up and see what they've done since. But that was 4 cellists, and they would all play together.
I have completely forgotten why I needed to come here or do anything. Oh, I was just clearing inventory and then I get distracted.
Then we got to talking.
I'm just kind of on autopilot. Fitness is very good for me, but it is not good for presence of mind. Okay, so we're going back to Lycée Valley. I was assuming we'd, like, hop in all the way down here, but I don't know if we're ever actually going that direction.
We'll have to see.
That's okay.
Lycée Valley.
Anyway, now that we've killed the thing, goat.
Goat!
Oh, there we go. Nope. There we go.
There was the talk button right there.
There we go.
Thank goodness you're safe. Another second and you could have been in real trouble. Huh? This is... I knew it! Another hoof print. Thank you, Mr. Goat. I wonder where you're off to next. Be sure to watch out for monsters!
Oh, that's really weird. They actually attached the
udder nipples to the legs?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's really weird. So we actually need a bomb rod if we want to get past those rocks. So, speed running it.
I think all my family members on my mom's side, they were all either violinists or clarinetists. Or I don't even know what you would call someone who plays a clarinet. My friend... Yeah, I had another friend she played violin. Another one of my friends played viola. Another friend played harp, and another friend played cello. We joked that we could make our own mini orchestra if we really wanted to. Another friend played saxophone. I think alto sax. Another friend played flute. And then another friend, she played... Oh, oboe. Everyone loved talking about the oboe. I think it's because whenever you think of an oboe, you think of doom doom doo 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 doo. You know that part from Fantasia? It's the Wizard's Apprentice, right?
Yeah. Is the crafting fun in this game? Yeah. It could be a bit mindless, but I enjoy it.
I remember there's this one kid in elementary school, and he specifically played bagpipes, and that was his claim to fame in the class. But we probably got to talking about this because we were discussing what happens if we change our party composition and whether or not that adjusts. Well, we were wondering what instruments, if the instruments or the music would change if we switched out a party member.
True. I'm just kind of in a sleepy funk wrecking things. Not that I can really complain. Because I'm in a very comfortable spot right now. I don't have to do too much, and this couch is very comfortable. Like, I gotta say, how much did this couch cost us? 300 something?
Yeah.
It was worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when we first picked up this couch, I was a little worried. I was like, is this worth it? We have another couch downstairs.
Well, that couch we would never be able to get up the stairs. That's a legit couch for when we have our eventual really nice cozy family room.
Yeah. Or my effectively super studio.
Or a super studio in the future.
Problem is, we need a different house, I think, before I can do that.
Mm-hmm. But no, this one is perfect for what we need. The funny thing about our quote-unquote couch is that it's actually one of those wide chairs. I've noticed that they've been making more of them lately. It's these oversized chairs. So it's only one cushion across the center. It has really wide arms. So right now Wander has his phone and his water bottle propped up on it. It could be a little warm at times because of the velvety fuzz that's on it. It's textured velvety fuzz. It almost looks like what a fake crocodile skin would be. And it's light enough that we can turn it around and put it against the window if we ever want to do VR and stuff. And it was short enough so that we could get up the stairs. And it
just works great for us.
Just fits the two of us.
It's smaller than a love seat.
It's not a love seat. A love seat still has two separate cushions and a certain amount of space. This is an extended chair.
Yeah, it's smaller than a standard love seat. But neither of us are particularly big. I mean, I can be a little bit thick, but not that big. I was definitely watching the
footage.
The footage from the one time I recorded myself for the fit, and I'm like, holy shit, my legs are huge.
As in the muscles in your legs?
They're just, I don't know. I look at a lot of people and...
as I've said before, it's really difficult to get toned calves, and you just...
My calves are ridiculous. I have fat people calves.
What? No.
So
you have super muscular calves.
Well, yeah. So
the thing is, there's a difference between having a lot of excess fat and then having muscle. Because if you have excess fat, then your legs look more like trunks, but yours are...
When we were playing with my brother yesterday, I brought up our friend Dan, who actually lives up in Seattle. Like, we might straight up see him in June or something. If my brother wants to go up to Seattle.
I mean, it's 3 hours away. It's not too far.
But Dan started as a really chunky kid. And what ended up happening is he started doing crew and went from really chunky kid to extremely fit dude.
Now,
which
what's
is
crew?
Really cool.
Is crew rowing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Crew is rowing.
Many schools don't offer rowing.
It was a separate thing.
Oh, okay.
Like it was a private team.
Right.
Private-ish. I don't exactly know how it was handled, but crew is really popular around Boston because what's the river that goes?
Yeah, you have a number of rivers and bays and such.
Yeah,
so
it's super common for like big rowing competitions to take place throughout the year.
When it came to sports, the only ones I would have considered would have been swimming or my one
I never would have considered swimming.
My one teacher wanted me to be a sprinter at one point, but I said nope. I don't want to do the cross country part of joining the running team.
I think if I had put my mind to it more, cross country would have been really good. But it always involved running on really hot days, and I just didn't want to deal with it.
And I knew that I would never want to be in a sport where there's winners and losers and, you know, competition of that nature. I had so many friends that had gotten into it, and they sustained quite a number of injuries, and it just seemed like a huge hassle to have to go to all the games. I much preferred coming home from school, playing with my friends, or playing video games and watching movies and reading books and such around my homework.
Anyway, but so he started doing rowing, like really hardcore. And, like, obviously the rest of him got pretty muscular, but his legs were obscene. Because I think he lost 200 pounds. He was not a small dude beforehand, and so losing all that weight.
Large weasel.
So his legs straight up went from
savage assassin. Does that look like a savage assassin to you?
No. I'm gonna bomb it, though. I gotta upgrade my bombs. I have not... The one thing I have not been doing is, use items, like, at all.
Okay, so he got obscene legs, and...
Well, but he was talking about it, and his weight loss and whatnot, and his advice was more or less just straight up like, all you have to do is lose weight, and you're gonna have ridiculous legs. Like, you don't have to do leg day as much when you're super overweight, because every day is leg day, because you're carrying yourself around that, you know, that much. And not super useful for me, but like, that bit of advice did kind of stick around for a while. I'm like, huh, yeah, I guess if you are really heavy and then you lose a lot of weight, like, your legs are going to be jacked as hell.
It's fairly easy for you to acquire muscle in your arms and your legs. It's just a tum-tum.
Yeah, the tum-tum does not go.
Tum-tum.
The tum-tum endures. It doesn't help that, like, anytime I start doing fitness stuff, I turn ravenous. Like, I'm still hungry.
Right, which you need to resist the urge to put more calories in your body before bed.
Yeah. Charles has convenient bridges for races. Yeah, some of my favorite things to do before I moved out of Boston was to specifically meet my parents on racing days and stop by the we'd stop by like the Asian grocery stores in Chinatown and just like sit around with a bag of random assorted baked goods, eating and watching people go by. We had no idea who was in any of the teams, so we'd just cheer for everybody and then make fun of the really ridiculous people that were altogether way too pushy about their where they were going to be on the bank. Like, we had one or two people that were furious about us taking up space, having a nice picnic, watching the races, and making it so they weren't getting their like perfect spot to watch whomever.
Maybe one of their kids was in the race.
Yeah, maybe. I just remember how like goofy this situation was, because it was just like, what? Who? Why? Why do you? I mean, yeah, I guess you've got somebody important to you in the race, but like, chill, please. Let other people enjoy it. And they were altogether way too intense.
Oh, you can fish from up here.
Yep.
Ooh, Miria fish.
It looks mean.
Looks like an eel of some sort.
It looks like the fish that bullies land-dwelling animals just because it can. Kills dwarves. Dwarves.
What?
Have I never told you about cod?
Nope.
Okay, so do you know much about Dwarf Fortress? I'm assuming not really.
Nope, not at all.
Dwarf Fortress is a fairly ridiculous, like, simulation town builder game. Where you take a colony of dwarves and try and make, like, a full-on empire and so on and so forth.
Look at the tombstone thing, or they're gonna do that now? Wait, that looks like a golem. See those swords, how they're conveniently placed on either side? That's going to animate, come out of the earth, grab those swords, and then attack you.
Huh. What the heck is this? It's the same design as the one at the Meteor Castle. The writing seems to be the same, too.
Huh? The device at the castle activated for the first time in centuries when the Felucia reappeared, right?
Correct. I'm sure many such devices are scattered across the region to try and fend them off. So, if there's another monument here, do you think this one might activate, just like this one did?
Or that one did, yeah.
That one did. I can't say for certain, but we should assume that there's a good likelihood it will. But it's not, like, already out, is it? Summoning doesn't mean it'll just appear out of nowhere. It emits a signal to attract nearby monsters.
I see. Well, I learned something new today. Oh. Whoa.
So if there's no monster within range of the signal, then nothing will be summoned.
And if there is?
Then this... Oh.
Then this happens. Wait, we're just being attacked by another dragon rather than having the golem come to life?
Frosty the dragon came at a weirdly appropriate
Dragon
time of
Lord.
year.
I always like the term Dragon Lord. It just seems like an awesome title for either a dragon or someone who commands dragons.
They got poisoned. Ow!
Ooh.
I might not actually be prepared for this.
You don't have any kind of
Not overwhelmingly.
antidote or something? Oh, that's an interesting thing to point out. So, I like looking up TV tropes just to see what kind of tropes there are in games and films and whatnot. And one of my favorite ones is color-coded magic, or color-coded for your convenience, because it's interesting to see what elements they choose to have in a game and what colors they assign them. And one thing that they pointed out specifically is that in a lot of Western media, poison is associated with the color green, whereas in Japanese media and Eastern media, it's always purple. Do you notice that?
Yeah,
The poison around her is purple.
probably a cultural thing. Or like a regional variant, depending on like some notably purple...
Uh-oh. That looks
was
nasty.
missed. It, well...
Oh, well, it killed Lila.
Yeah, it killed Lila. Miss Ryza.
Oh, but Ryza's poison...
But it's fine. It barely had any HP. But...
Is that you?
What? No, that's this.
Oh, it's the
rumbling.
rumble controller.
I am not farting that much.
I was wondering.
We did it! Having Ample and Lila on our side made that feel a lot easier than last time.
What? No. You should see it as us getting way stronger. That's true.
Ample, can that thing just keep summoning over and over? There's normally a limit on it, but considering where this is placed, the limiter may have been removed. Okay, then we better get moving.
You're starting to sound like a true warrior.
I'm just getting focused on the tower, that's all. It's getting closer. Let's go, everyone.
Aw, so we're not facing a giant golem? That looked like the perfect setup for one. Look at that. Look at that piece
It
of
really
rock
did.
up ahead. It looks like a kneeling golem.
That one's a bit messed up, but we might find another.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, time to go heal and make some stuff because that actually hurt.
Now my stomach's starting to rumble.
Go get snacks. This is gonna take a bit.
Well, my snacks would be healthy snacks, like nuts and dried fruit.
Okay, you wanna go get the cashews? Go get the cashews.
Cashews and raisins.
Mm-hmm.
Except, unfortunately, we'll still have to devour the last of those Himalayan salt ones that are way too salty for me. I prefer lightly salted.
Okay. There's gotta be a better way to do this. Really? Nothing? Aha, there is something here with 4. So that was probably necessary. Get any more out of that. Yeah, none of these are probably worth up to it. Oh, that ain't gonna work. Let's see. Senselessness? No, I don't think that's gonna carry over. Let's do that. Okay. Go with this. Wanda needs better health items. Very true. But, a couple other things I can do. Let's see. Item rebuild. Where's that play jig we just made? There we go. By quality. I'm gonna make one hell of a bomb. Because I can. I don't know if we need to care about electrified flash necessarily. But yeah, I definitely need more than dry biscuits. I have kind of been neglecting my use items here because they didn't really seem that necessary. And I kind of stand by that.
Num num num. I've liked this combination of stuff. Just raisins and cashews. Because your parents have a ridiculous stash of nuts and raisins. But they have every type of nut imaginable.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they shop at Trader Joe's, like, weekly as opposed to us.
You mean Whole Foods?
No, Trader Joe's.
Really?
Yeah. My parents don't shop at Whole Foods, like, ever.
But we would always walk down to it.
Yeah, that was just kind of a treat thing more than anything else. My parents are weird. Okay, multi-order, underclass, work by quality. Work by X.
You've just been splaying out and crowding me.
I am stiff. Do not judge the man that worked his ass off today. For he is tired. Very tired. Thunderclap L. By quality, and then win. Take 4. Just chuck in the dragon wing. There we go. Multi-order might be kind of hard. CC minus.
Coconut sunflower seeds. Did they roast them in coconut oil and that's how they got the flavor? Maybe.
Okay, critical, destructive. I want to do power throw? Let's do that. Not necessarily the best yet. But I'm going to make this lightning bell have the biggest boom. What by quality? Anything with 3? By lights. There we go. I need better quality materials. Really. Sort by quality, sort by fire. There we go. Quite sorted by quality. It probably sorts it more based on the amount of fire you get out of it. I guess that kind of works. We can get more dragon wings. What level is this thing anyway? It's doing fine. This quality doesn't actually matter for rebuilds. Now that I'm looking at it, it's not dragging the quality down. that kind of does it. Critical, destructive, probably power throw plus. There's a stun. Yeah, let's keep doing power throw. That's probably good enough. But when in doubt, one more of these things. Oh.
I mean, I can eat more of the raisins. I'm just not too fond of all the salty Himalayan cashews.
Could have put them in a separate thing for me.
No, that's true.
Because yeah, I would have gladly just devoured. Oh no, doesn't quite have enough space. Alchemy level is just too low.
Why do you hate raisins so much?
I'm just not a fan of the flavor for some reason. Okay, one way or another, we now have the biggest, baddest, ridiculous thing. I really wish I could actually see what these did. Change mode? No. I actually have no idea what this thing does. No, this is very good. We need medium medicine. Can I make medium medicine? Is that not something we know how to make? Yeah, I guess we don't know how to make medium medicine. Very strange.
Wait, do you only know small and large?
No? It's just a recipe I haven't picked up yet, for whatever reason. You just want me to devour. I mean, I don't...
You just have more of the cashews, but they're all getting way too salty for me. That's the last of that batch.
Yeah, find books? Yeah, I guess that's gonna be how I do it. Probably only way to learn that specifically is off of,
Claudia's father.
Yeah. I don't even know. I think, by the way, the reason why I don't like the raisins is because I like everything else in trail mix. Oh, but raisins are the ones that get stuck in my teeth, and I can't get them out.
So, you see, for me, it's the cashew bits that get stuck between my teeth. But it is true, raisin skins can get caught on top of your molars.
And so I think I just didn't enjoy them as much. As a result. How long are we going to play this game? Rest of the night, which, honestly, I don't know how much longer that's going to be.
If it's 11, so now our time,
Oh, it's
then...
it's straight at midnight.
Oh, it is midnight right
Yeah.
now? Okay. And we might only go for another 30 minutes to an hour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is very much like last thing, because
we need to have some time before bed to do something else other than play games.
Yep.
And then we should probably try to wake up early again. This morning we were woken up by our neighbor's dog. It was like,
Yeah.
wanting to be let back inside. And we went, oh, well, it only barked twice. Maybe they let it inside and things are fine now. But then 30 minutes later, and they hadn't let it back in.
We're not a fan of our neighbors or their dog.
Well, neighbors and all their dogs. When they're left outside, they make a huge ruckus.
I think it became trendy to have dogs, but nobody actually was prepared to train them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we had a friend recently that was bitten by one in passing. And of course, the other person had gone, oh, look, he just wants to say hi. Dog jumps up and bites. And we've walked around our neighborhood, and remember that one guy with the small Australian Shepherd that was just growling?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that thing was creepy.
And we've had dogs lunge at us before, not angrily, but their owners could barely keep them on the lead.
Holy shit, this thing is expensive.
And yeah, other people's dogs don't bark,
that's
and they're perfectly fine. I think that much of it has to do with the breed of the dog, the temperament, how they were raised, things of that nature. It very well could be that in the case of our neighbors, that dog was pretty much taught, you won't be let back inside the house unless you bark. Which doesn't even work half the time because they don't always hear the dog, and then it keeps going on for minutes and minutes. One day it was barking for an hour straight.
I really wish with weapons like this I actually knew what they actually did. Because it doesn't actually say the item effect ever, so I'm just kind of like, I know what this thing does, I'll just kind of use it. Anyway. Let's see, so we want to do... Oops, Ryza bumper. Okay, so let's get rid of these dry biscuits. And that bomb is most assuredly no good anymore. I didn't realize I made 2 of these. That's kind of helpful. Let's see. Let's... Man, a lot of this stuff is outdated. KO recovery. That's actually really helpful. And Lent can hold quite a lot, or not Lent, Empel can hold quite a lot of these. Yeah, he just has a donut in his mouth for reasons. I have more of these than I thought I did. I'll use Empel at some point.
Sharing in our chat a run-in with a Rottweiler. Yeah, little kids shouldn't be walking a giant Rottweiler that they can't control. Your uncle had a Rottweiler.
Mm-hmm.
That would bowl you over?
Yep. And snap.
You would snap?
Mm-hmm.
No one did anything about it?
Nah. It was... I think the thing was, it never actually harmed anybody. It was a dog that had been trained only to threaten. Never actually do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that was good enough for people. Which is unfortunate. Yeah.
I find it
give up on making this.
upsetting when I read stories about dogs that attacked people, and they're named things like Mayhem or Killer or something, and you go, wow, why did you choose that name? It's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy there.
I mean, my uncle's dog was named Tank.
I know, that's what I was just thinking about that, how your uncle's dog was named Tank.
And I think it worked perfectly fine for him, and I'm not going to, like, judge its immediate existence too much.
Mm-hmm.
But it was definitely kind of like, well, you did not need this dog that bad. Apparently he did, actually, but as a kid, I definitely was not willing to go over to that house until that dog was gone.
Did that dog protect their chickens?
No, they didn't have chickens. He straight up would bring that dog around, like, at work.
Oh.
Because, I mean, despite how, like, gentle my uncle is in his old age, when he was younger, he definitely did some more stuff that, like, might not necessarily have had the nicest of crowds, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And so he definitely had some, like, junkyard stories, where Tank was kind of useful, actually.
But Tank wasn't a junkyard dog.
Not originally, but...
You know how there are those movies where kids try to sneak into a junkyard, and all the junkyard dogs are Rottweilers with spiked collars?
No, I mean, he fit that bill.
Did he have a spiked collar?
Yep. He was a pretty Roddy. Like, I remember him looking really, really nice. It's just spooky.
Huh? What is this? It looks kind of like an alchemy cauldron, but different somehow.
This is the multiple
cauldron.
Another ancient artifact.
Wow! Another ancient artifact. Based on the name, I'm guessing it lets you multiply things?
Exactly so. It lets you take any given synthesis item and duplicate it for mass production.
Wait, but what other materials do you have to put
Gems,
into...
probably.
Ah. Wow! That sounds super useful.
Indeed, any good alchemist would be thrilled to have one. It's actually a fairly common ancient artifact.
It sounds like even people back then had the same kind of stuff in mind. Can I take this one for myself?
Okay, so that thing's kind of important for a couple of reasons. Because now we can make max tier items. I mean, technically we've been able this entire time, but it sucked earlier. Now it's easy.
People are debating on what movie it must have been that I saw. Rottweilers in the junkyard.
Because it wasn't Sand...
No, I haven't seen Sandlot.
Sandlot was okay. I didn't like it that much.
Was there a part of The Mask? Or no, that they didn't ever have a junkyard. I remember the dogs talking, too. Was it one of the other Homeward Bound movies? Or maybe Babe in the City or something weird? Maybe another 101 Dalmatians movie, one of the live action ones. There are so many things that it could be. No, this was live action. I just remember the dogs going around going, "Let's get him." I don't believe I saw Cats versus Dogs. That could have potentially been one of them.
I guess in general, I'm just inherently suspicious of any dog that's initially bred for violence or, like, threat.
Mm-hmm.
Because I barely trust people, let alone animals.
And then you put the two together and you...
Yeah. It's like, I've definitely known people that it's like, oh, let's pick up this dog. It's so cute. And then it, like, destroys their house. And it's like, how could we have known? And it's like, I mean, you did literally no training. Your training was spritzing it in the face when it did something wrong. That's not training. That just makes it neurotic.
Or pointing at the mess and saying no.
Mm-hmm. And it kind of works with some smarter breeds or more docile breeds.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, not all of them. Like, I've told the story of my neighbors across the street. Right before we moved out of California, our neighbors got a golden puppy. I think it was a golden puppy. It might have been a yellow lab puppy. Which, you know, are normally actually fairly well behaved, a little bit mischievous, but they usually grow up well. Not this one. Because, yeah, all they would do is cage it and spritz it and not do anything with it. Nobody would, like, walk it or do anything.
Oh,
so they just
terrible.
had, like, a rogue puppy that just, like, lived in their house.
That's the thing. So many behavioral issues start when they don't give them proper exercise.
That was a family that absolutely needed to learn how to be a family. Because it was a family... I don't remember what the parents did for a living.
I thought you said that they were lawyers or something.
Might have been
always
lawyers,
out of the
yeah.
house.
No, you're thinking of my other friend.
Okay.
That was my friend Michael. No, this is my brother's friend Maddie, the guy who always played D&D as Goku.
As Goku.
Yeah, always.
Did he just
Like,
really love Goku?
He loved Goku.
He loved Goku so much he wanted to become him.
I think his dad actually did stuff with, like, medical supplies.
Okay.
Because Maddie wanted to be a brain surgeon. Because his dad supplied brain surgery, like, related machines or tools or something.
Oh, wow.
Which, yeah, fairly high profile, but...
For brain surgery, is it typically just for hemorrhaging and tumors for the most part? Otherwise, I don't believe you're supposed to really tamper with the brain much.
But anyway, so the parents were super hands-off, or maybe too hands-on at times. It kind of varied. So, like, when we were in 3rd or 4th grade or something like that, every student was supposed to make a model of the solar system and also one of the missions. If you've ever been to Southern California, there's a lot of these missions from various, you know, Christian groups that effectively created abbeys all over California.
Oh, yeah. The Spanish ones?
They weren't necessarily always Spanish.
I just remember that there were a lot of those that were built before the United States acquired those territories.
Pretty much. But so, they existed as kind of like some of the first European settlements in the area. And that actually was, you know, generally okay from what I've heard. Probably still bad for a lot of other reasons. But there's still a huge bit of history for California. And, yeah, there's the tower. It looks like an alchemist tower. More than anything else. But, so, we were supposed to study them and then recreate one of them. And the local craft stores would actually supply model kits. Because it was like a statewide thing. And so people would just go out and buy them. Well, this family specifically would go out and buy them, and the parents would make it for their kids. Which was messed up.
Ooh. That looks like an alchemist tower.
I just said that.
Oh, sorry. You're talking about Longhouse. Well, okay, we had the Longhouse project, but you had the missions and the solar system. But yes, this looks like the seat of alchemy. The Alchemy Academy.
Finally, we made it. You see this? I did it.
I almost feel like, finally, we made it. You see this? I did it!
Yeah, probably. But
That's
I
probably
don't
how
have
it
the
was
energy
paced
for
out.
yelling, or the voice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're getting pretty excited, huh? I guess this is as important to you as it is to us.
I understand how you feel, but don't go overboard. Looking at the area, this must be the last bastion.
The enemy broke through the valley and cornered them. I doubt that they had some miracle last-minute victory. So, you think everyone that was here? It's hard to say just looking around. We might learn more if we do more detailed inspection.
Tower Holy. Is this a proper pronoun?
What is it? Oh, sorry. What is it, Tao?
Or a proper noun? This monument says Holy Tower of Pinor.
Pinor. That's probably Pinor.
Pinor.
Right?
Draw on the tyrannical Felucia and annihilate. Holy Tower of Pinor. That's quite the grandiose name. What is that? What does it mean? Draw in.
Could it mean, like, call them in? Like with the dragon summoning?
You think they'd summon a bunch of Felucia on purpose?
Well, I'm just spitballing ideas here. We must close the gate quickly, before Kurgan Island and the rest of the region suffer the same fate. The drought will be here soon, and the Felucia will become more active. Right. Once the rains are gone, that'll be heaven for the Felucia, and hell for us.
This is just an idea, but if we just destroy the gate, they won't have any way to get here, right? Bad idea. Destroying it will release the power binding the two worlds together. We'd devastate the land.
That's why we haven't been destroying them ourselves, despite our deep hatred for them.
Then what if we just hide away on the island till the drought is over? They couldn't cross the water, right?
You're starting to sound like all the other villagers.
Come on, can't you blame me for being scared? There's no way we can fend off another invasion.
You could do that, and the island would be fine, but the rest of the region would be consumed. We're not gonna let that happen, right?
Can't destroy the gates, can't fight the invaders, can't destroy the orb. We need the water. We're stuck.
That's why we came here, right? To search for some hint on how we can deal with this.
You're right. We need to investigate the tower. Let Tao or myself know if you spot anything.
We almost completed everything for Lent, actually.
Well, Lent has been in the party since more or less the very beginning. And I haven't switched him out for anything, and he's easy to do. I mean, Taos are kind of easy, I'm just lazy about them.
Explore the inner areas of Pinor Tower.
No, I can't jump off. It was worth a shot.
Oh, we have more land sharks. We have armor.
There we go. Yeah, so we're just gonna kind of gather things for a bit around here. I want to try the duplication thing a little bit. Before we go to bed. Maybe I'll end with that. I want to see how busted it can get. Like, can I make an infinite dupe loop? Because I know you can get up to 999 item quality.
Oh.
Because remember how last time we were playing I was complaining about how let's see. I was complaining about how Holy Arbor
Crystal.
I was complaining about how when making thread, you specifically can put cloth in to make the thread, and then thread into the cloth, and it's kind of this, like, annoying loop. Where the resources to make one consumes the other, and rinse repeat until you just kind of have nothing and you've wasted all of your extra materials. And you're not even paying attention.
I'm starting to go, I think.
Okay, so we can just go back.
I mean, it's a good stopping point. We've reached the tower. It's just a matter of exploring it.
It's understandable.
'Cause I'd like to see what's in here, but can't go on too long. Mirage Master.
Yep.
That's an interesting name.
But yeah, I might see if I can do some goofy stuff. The problem is, like, no matter what, I can only do so much.
You can't go venturing out into new places or else you're going to run into more cutscenes. Whether it be with the goat, or a conversation between the characters, or plot progress.
There's magic now.
Oof.
Yeah, we're blind, which is annoying. Okay, this time I'm at least... I think I was blind. I'm not entirely sure. These mid-bosses are actually a little bit tougher, though this one isn't so bad.
There you go. Fairy segment.
Yep. So Lila's special quests are, kill people like that. Which is kind of nice. Because as long as I keep her and Let in the party, we just get all that done real quick. Holy crap.
What's the gauntlet over on the right? Oh, fairy. Oh, that's where you need the staff.
Yep.
To fly over the
yeah,
edges.
the shoes to hop over.
Shoes? Ooh. So like Mercury
Yeah, they're like
shoes.
wing shoes. Oh, this is that weird blobfish-looking sucker that I saw. I swore I saw a blobfish in the corner, and I was very confused. Here's my answer. He exists. He is just a land shark. What a... Come on, Shell. It's going to take us a little bit before we're done.
Okay.
Chat about something.
All right. So what were you going to investigate around? So we're just investigating the grounds outside.
Yeah, sort of. There's
The problem is everything's going to respawn the instant you leave the area and go back to the Atelier.
Yeah. I'm mostly doing this for a couple of resources. Oh. That's how we get up there. Shoot.
Is there a secondary area? Oh yeah, up here.
No, I don't think that crystal is actually anything
You can't
weird.
You can't harvest it?
Nope.
Oh.
Window dressing. Wait, so there's no point coming up here. Well, that's dumb. Oh well. I don't know how many truly special resources we have around here. But yeah, we've got a couple of these fairy shoe segments.
Which means that we'll hopefully acquire the necessary recipe or materials for it.
Yep. I mean, according to Ran, we already have this stuff. Oh wow, there are 17 landmarks inside this tower.
Oh. Okay. Now that it's in place, how do I use it?
It's not too hard. You just need the right number and type of gems for what you need to, and want to duplicate.
That's all you need to do to make more of the same item? Wow.
But it's easy to run through your entire stock of gems if you're not paying enough attention, so be careful. Practice with a few simple items to start out. Okay, so we can make duplicates of a single item.
It's like how many units?
Looks like it costs a fair bit of gems. Time to go get a bunch of gems, I guess, between sessions. Hey, how much does it cost to... Where is it? There
What
it
are you
is.
specifically trying to create?
this, actually. Except for that one's garbage. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna have to... This is going to take some doing. What about these? Okay, so my really good armor would cost a lot of gems. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to go farming for a lot of gems between sessions. That I can do at least.
Where do you get gems from? Just fighting monsters?
Converting materials into gems. Like, it is fairly easy to do.
Sorry.
Oh, this is... Oh.
The Degenesis Stone. That sounds vile and...
important.
Destructive.
Okay, give me a second. So this is actually a good opportunity for us to find that Degenesis Stone and dupe it. Unfortunately, I've got enough... Oh.
Wait, what's that thing?
Oh, does it only let me dupe certain things?
Yeah,
well,
probably not super special rare items.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, where did we get the Degenesis Stone from? I don't know. The problem is... Guide. Items. The problem is the Degenesis Stone is stupidly rare.
Oh, that's cute. It looks like a stamp guide. Or a stamp booklet.
Okay, yell if you see the Oh, wait, it'd be one of these. Where do I get these from? Oh, got that from synthesis materials. Dragon eggs.
Those are insects, fish, mushrooms. Oh, there's a gemstone. Blah. Ore and gemstone.
I am very confused. I have no idea where I got this.
This was used to make hammers.
I wonder. I bet I got it from here. I think you can get it from the gold puni.
Ah.
That specific gold puni boss. Can I check monsters?
What items they give?
Bosses. Oh, those are the only bosses. Was it the shining puni?
No. Yeah, look at their drop items.
Weird. Where the heck did I get the Degenesis Stone from?
Well, it said it was synthesized. So you must have created it.
That's confusing. I have no idea where I got it. Alright, whatever. Bedtime. I'll see if I can get more. Maybe. I don't know. Because actually, I kind of need those. Got it from ancient structure, the stone towers. Oh, the pillars? Could have been. There were a couple of pillars hanging out around there. Question. Bottle travel sun. If I add a material, what about level? Can I put in a Degenesis Stone? Actually, we need some of these things, because that's moss bits. But what about... I was really hoping I could put in a Degenesis Stone and get more Degenesis Stones.
Looks like that's not how it works this time around.
I feel betrayed. Yeah, of course.
I think we also need to discover what materials are required to make the Degenesis Stone. It looked like they said it was 2 ores, white and black ores swirled together.
Okay, one way or another, we're looking for... It's not that.
Oh, the war powder would go towards war paint, right?
We already have the war... Oh. You're right. War paint might be a separate thing entirely. Wind shoes.
Ah, that's what we need.
But that requires the wind shoes. But I haven't actually found out how to make them yet.
We probably do inside the tower. Because I could only expect that with a tower like that, the alchemist would have prepared wing shoes so that people could traverse the vertical structure.
That's something we should be able to make. Maybe we just need to make the immediate components before. Okay. Shell, get out of here. If you're gonna keep like giving me puppy dog eyes for why you're tired.
I am falling asleep.
Yeah. Shoo.
Okay, I just didn't know
I'm
if there's
just-
anything else
I'm
happening.
just
Are you just crafting?
Yeah, I'm just crafting. And the like any amount of small dialogue I run into at this point, I can just read out. Because it's gonna be like, oh, Lance, you're so sexy. Take me. Yes, of course, Empo.
What?
I think war powder is what that side quest needs. Yeah.
Wait, what sorcery rose? Maybe people are looking up where it's from the Genesis Stone.
Possibly. Ooh, that's a beefy chunk.
Heaven's Strings. Pretty.
Holy nut. That sounds salacious. Oh, do I need building materials? Ech. I haven't been building a lot of this stuff because I haven't really needed to lately. Okay, as long as it doesn't, like, surprise use it to Genesis Stone, we're okay. But yeah, the war powder was useful for a side quest.
Right, for
I
the war
needed to-
makeup or the war paint.
Okay. Oh, there's so many things to take care of. I mean, I have the materials for a lot of this. It just takes a while. Okay, so let's try this again. Chell, if you're just straight up nodding off,
Sorry.
find something to talk about or shoo.
I'll go to bed. I'm sorry.
Because, like, I'm trying to talk to you and you're just like, zup.
Well, the problem is I'm also having an issue where if I yawn, part of my abdomen hurts. So I just need to probably lie down.
Hey, our building material is building material and ingots. Ah.
So good night. Don't
Yep.
run into any cutscenes.
I won't, and honestly, even if I do,
You'll probably.
none of them matter.
Hey,
Like the
No.
little side quest ones, meh.
but no, I liked them.
Well, why don't you just nap in your chair then, and I'll just yell if you need me, if I actually need you. Jill's workout pains. She didn't even work out!
I think it's something I ate.
Yeah, I'm the one that would have the ab issues.
I think this is stomach related. Food.
Wait. Am I using... I think I'm using these things to make more of these things. That's such a dumb loop. Well, here's one option we have. Material. Are any of these? Yeah, these are higher quality. Oh, that gets pricey. Alright, whatever. We're just gonna get 6 more. Because that's driving me nutty. Okay, so now that I've actually got some building materials, so I don't have to just loop into itself. We want to go back to the composite plate. Oh, right. I need really high quality ingots. I'm not actually sure if this is going to be getting me the highest quality ingots, unfortunately, but whatever. Honestly, why not just cheat in loads of gems? None of us would be surprised anyway. Oh, hold up. This asshole's like, let's throw it into Genesis Stone. That's the highest quality thing, even though it would help in no way, shape, or form. Dumb AI. But yeah, I will be giving myself a silly amount of gems, probably. Okay, item rebuild. Tier 3 England. We're just going to make maximum ingot. But yeah, so I don't have to go out and just gather stuff over and over again, I figured it's probably reasonable for me to just, like, hand myself a silly amount of gems and skip a lot of the stuff. Let's see, is this about maximum? Yeah, except for, I guess, the increased trait slots, but I don't think that's actually that necessary. But cheating in items you can get through gameplay, as in, like, money, you're okay with. Yeah. I know some people get, like, really up in arms when I like, hacks this stuff in, but just, I don't know. It'll just save me so much time and energy by not having to worry about this stuff. Okay. So, I wanted to work on that one, but we're first gonna get composite plate. This is better. Now, where's the recipe I'm going for is up over here. Yep. Don't want to actually put in the Lake Master. We'll put in the Puni Leather, which we'll probably want to dupe a bunch of. At some point. Okay, so I can still fit a couple more of these suckers in. Building material, that's 20 quality. Trade slot, element value. Ooh, element value +1. Not actually sure if that's really that necessary to plan for, but still. That trade slot, element value +2. Oh, can't put anything anymore into this thing anyway. Because it's time for the Arbor branches. Okay. Let's put this in. I guess I did need the composite plates. Not even really sure necessarily what I'm making. Dragon's Eye. Yeah, I'm probably gonna make more of these. Let's just go bananas with what we've got. Heaven's String. Well, as long as I save one Heaven's String, we're okay. And I might be able to go to some of the special worlds for this. Hot dang, this thing is good. Item critical rate. Holy nut. I can't help but laugh. Just a bit. Let's see, anything else? Attacking. Yeah, let's just go with those. This is ridiculous. We have the Holy Nut. Which can be upgraded into plain lumber. What? Okay, this got stupid. Where's my Holy Nut? I do not have enough gems. Oof. Each one of them costs how many gems? That's a lot of gems. That's silly. Let's get silly up in this. While we're here, I don't know why Shell just didn't go to bed.
Yeah, I fell asleep.
Yeah, go to bed, Shell. Go to sleep.
Good night.
Don't make me clown you. Yeah, let's just infinite gems for a bit. Because I want to try something goofy. Shell says no cheating. Too bad. I have the reins. There they are. I want the ultimate holy nut. I think we're kind of capped out on the holy nut. At least, well, okay. There's a couple of things that we can do. Currency and gem finder, gems. Let's do gem reduction. Sort by quality. Bottom of the barrel. Wow. A lot of these are quality 20, and I'm not really sure why this happens. Well, here's the question. A lot of this stuff is probably hot garbage that I don't really need. And honestly, anything that's quality 40 or below is actively dragging me down. Look at this cheat table's having issues. Because yeah, it's not picking up my gem value. Picking up my alchemy EXP, fine. Inventory wipe and start fresh. No, that'd be ridiculous. Okay, did that not work? That's weird. Okay. Let's try a different one. Why ain't this working? I might have to mess with this specifically off camera because it ain't working the way I wanted it to. Because it's supposed to have a pop-up that says... Some of these are straight up working. Some of these don't. So thank you, Koveth, for the resub. It hasn't shown up yet, but thank you all the same. Okay. Is there... There's no way I can put this into borderless windowed mode, right? Because that would make my day a lot easier. Oh. Actually didn't realize this had difficulty settings. I guess I could see that being necessary for some people. The game was definitely easy for a while. Yeah, so for whatever reason, the currency and gem finder ain't working. And I'm not sure why. So I think this is going to be the thing where I just stop and figure this out on my own between streams because I'm too tired to talk over this and it's not going to be very interesting.